And next we have Kanmani Kuro. And I don't...
Oh, you don't know how you're going to read this.
I think
This
I
was a
do.
cool one to end on.
Yeah. I'm just not sure on those top parts. Do I read them as well? Of the swirlies going up with the steam?
I
Does it
probably
start
would
with that?
start. I personally would start with that.
Okay.
It is the shape of a cup of coffee. There's
Yes.
lines, so it's all written to form an image, which is
And
interesting.
that is a style of poetry whose name I cannot remember at this time, but apparently that
I've
is
seen a lot of people do it.
her favorite form of poetry. And she says, "All's well that ends well. Life Life in a hot coffee, so highly caffeinated, sipping tea in black. Mind without expectations, numbing and piping hot cup before my eyes, my life swept away. Hold your breath, for this is the end. Feel all worlds collide and crumble. Heart drums up with palpitations. This is the moment I dreamt of tea. Oh, wait, starting over. Got that wrong. Sorry. Life in a hot coffee, so highly caffeinated, sipping tea in black. Mind without expectations, numbing and piping hot cup of tea. Before my eyes, my life swept away. Hold your breath, for this is the end. Feel all worlds collide and crumble. Heart drums up with palpitations. This is the moment I dreamt. Soul drowned and gone. Skyfall whipped off. Never again. Hardest mental battle with all its arms lost in all glory. Yearning for the love that will never come in any time.
Well, that was good timing. You managed to read it just before the train started blaring.
Yeah, that's
I'm
so when I
interested
first...
by the "and piping hot cup of tea" line. I'm wondering whether that does come in
I know I'm
where it looks
torn
like it's come
because
in, or whether it comes in at the very
both.
end. I'm wondering.
Yeah, I couldn't tell because if it's the piping hot cup of tea, it's flipped. But then when you read it, maybe it's both. I don't know. Kanmani, help us. I'm not sure which
Yes.
it is.
Explain yourself.
But but as I read it, along with what the subject matter is, there's little lines in there that make me think of movies and make me think of music, of songs. And I don't know if it's just me hearing, older songs that I heard or movie phrases or if it's intentional. I'm not sure. Uh, but that made me smile. And then there's just the sadness of it, or just the mind without expectations, numbing and piping hot cup of tea. So you can... I don't do the coffee thing, but there are times when you're just like really down, really, really down over what you perceive the outlook of your life to
Hmm.
be. And you just go grab a cup of, for me, it's either chai or or like a herbal tea or a hot chocolate. And then you just sit
Never
there with
heard
that
someone
really,
refer
really...
to chai tea as kai tea like you do it
I
for
know, I
everything.
always say chai. I know, and everybody says chai. I think it's because I used to... I first heard it as kai, and so that's what I started calling it. And so it's become a habit, and now I know I'm wrong, but I still have that habit. Um, so I don't catch myself. But you're sitting there like you hold the cup, and it's really freaking hot, and the steam is coming up, and the liquid is really freaking hot, and you're probably going to scald your tongue. But because of where your mind is, you're just like,
Hmm.
And so she really paints that heart drums up with palpitations, feel all the worlds collide and crumble, soul drowned and gone. I mean, you can really feel the desolation of it, I think.
I just get lost in the arrangement of it. Each time I try and focus on a line, I start drifting off and looking at the arrangement. I think it's because I just keep trying to piece the and piping hot cup of tea bit. But maybe that's intentional.
Yeah. Well, I like the one at the top where she says sipping tea in black. That's very different than sipping black tea. I mean, it implies the tea is black, but it also,
Mm-hmm.
can imply your mood, can imply the color, can imply everything. And then the couplet, hardest mental battle with all its arms lost in all glory, yearning for the love that will never come in any time.
Yeah, that's kind of a sad
I
way.
mean,
I mean, the fact that it's
that's
called all's well that ends well, and the last line is yearning for the love that will never come in any time.
well, maybe the all's well that ends well is almost sardonic. I don't know. I mean,
Hmm.
it's um yeah, this is kind of heartbreaking. But I think, well, me as an over 50 single woman who does not get out there much because introverted, can kind of look at this and go, yeah, been there. That sucks. It's not a thought you like having,
Hmm.
but
But and those are the kind of thoughts that you dwell on when you're sat with your hot beverage, kind of lamenting.
exactly. Exactly. So I like it. And I just like that she literally made it look like a cup of tea or
Yes.
coffee. Like, even got the little indention and everything and the saucer. I mean, to get the words for that is pretty amazing. So
Yeah, it's a clever arrangement, and it doesn't look like the words have been, you can arrange it so the words space themselves differently.
yeah, she
So
didn't
it
do
looks like
that.
it's actually just been calculatedly written to create the shape rather than forcing larger spaces between words.
She's always a very clever writer and really brilliant in her word choice. And she's always written to so many prompts. And it's just her writing always has it's a lot there's a lot more depth than on its face. I always find when I read her stuff that I go back and read it a second and a third and a fourth time because I know I'm going to find more. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh, uh, and Overlord says, yes, fabulous and wonderful. She put it on the slide for me. Yes. So when you read this, Kanmani did that because the Overlord was in panic mode and going, I don't know how I'm going to do that. And I was like, I don't know how you're going to do that. And so Kanmani totally did it and did it really beautifully well.
Yes, that's from one extreme to another with my just block of text and then this shape made out of words.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
great.